Hey guys, Mr. Breitholtz. I'm going to show you how to export laser cut objects from TinkerCAD. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and I'll sign in with Google, of course. This will take me to my account. All right, click on me. And when I get in, we are going to be creating files to laser cut. So a little bit different. We've been normally 3D printing from TinkerCAD. So I'm going to create a new design. And then of course, when I start, I want to title it something appropriate because Brilliant Alias doesn't tell the person cutting or printing for you, which is me, what that is, or for you to find it. So I'll title it appropriately, my name. I'm going to title this Laser Cut Wheels because that's the demo I'm going to do. So anything that you put on this blue work plane is what's going to export as an outline for laser cutting. So here's an example. If I want to make a wheel, I could just take a cylinder and then I want to make them pretty flat because it's going to be just cutting the outline, right? So I'm not worried about how tall it is, that z-axis. So the size of it is going to be dictated by these dimensions. So right now it's 20 millimeters by 20 millimeters. If I want to use standard, I can click edit, change millimeters to inches. So instead of being in metric. So now I'm going to see that this is less than an inch. So I want my wheel to be a certain size. So I'm going to want to measure probably with a ruler and see, do I want 2-inch wheels? So I'd go 2 by 2. And this will give me a 2-inch wheel like so. Now I'm also going to want to think about, if I'm making a wheel, the axle that will go in the middle. So I can just take a shape like this. And if, say, I'm using a 1/4-inch dowel rod, I would put in 25 1/100ths and 0.5, so 0.25, and I'm going to put this directly in the middle. Now I can hold Control on my keyboard and get this sized up. I want this to be right in the middle. So I'm going to move this thing until I get it where I want it. Zoom in a bit so I can see it. All right, now to make that a whole, I'm going to highlight my object and group it. All right, and there I have a hole for my axle. So I can make a variety of shapes and objects then to put on here. So if I want, let's say within shapes, I go through and I want another object, and I'm going to try using this tube for a component that I want laser cut or something else. If I drag it over here, again, whatever is touching this blue work plane is what's going to be laser cut. So then to turn this in, after I arrange my work plane nice and even, I want these to be pretty close to each other, as close as possible without touching, because we want to maximize the materials that we're using. All right, I'm going to click export then, once I have everything done and ready. And there's an option that says laser cutting. So I'm going to use a .svg. So I'm going to do everything in my design and download it as a SVG. And I'm going to save it to the appropriate place. On your Chromebooks, it will save into your files. All right, if you're on one of the Windows computers, you're going to want to save it to the desktop in the appropriate folder. So I'm just going to click save. I'm saving mine to my desktop since I'm on a Windows computer. All right, and then what you'll end up with is an outline of the objects that you have. And then you'll be able to turn that in via Google Classroom. And then I will be able to arrange it and laser cut it for you. As you get more advanced, you'll be able to laser cut it on your own. But for now, I will then cut it for you. There you go. That's laser cutting in TinkerCAD.